Alright, so the spec that I'm running in Legion 7.1.5 is Frost. Running Frost in 2s and 3s. I don't have all my under talents unlocked yet. Waiting for Ice Form. Ice Form's a bit situational. Plan on using it on a lot of teams where a lot of stuns are happening, such as Windwalker Monk teams, or Rogue teams, or Demon Hunter teams where it's really hard to get off those CCs to set up a good burst. Otherwise, I'm typically using Gladiator's Medallion for my honor talent. Adaptation I will use sometimes on heavy fear teams. Mind Quickness over Initiation and Train of Thought. Prismatic Cloak over Burning Determination. I only use Burning Determination when I'm going up against a team that has a lot of interrupts. But otherwise, Prismatic Cloak allows me to get to a position where I can get a sheep off because of the 1.5 seconds of missing spells. Temp Shield's pretty normal, you know, everybody runs Temp Shield. It's pretty badass. You want to use it right before they open up on you, because if they get you from 100% to 20%, and as long as the Temp Shield isn't dispelled, you'll get all your health back that you Frostbite over Deep Shatter, just because I'm running the Iceland spec, and if I wasn't able to generate Fingers of Frost, that'd be pretty lame. I'm not a big fan of RNG, but I prefer it over the damage boost I get from my Frost Nova, so running Frostbite actually helps out a lot. Concentrated Coolness is a great talent. It's awesome to be able to cast your abilities or your Frozen Orb where you want to. It's a great slow. It keeps people from humping the pillar on you. It generates the damage when you need it. I really like to run Concentrated Coolness over Burst of Cold, but I'll probably be running Ice Form most often. I will see myself probably running Ice Form most often. As for my talents, since I'm running the Ice Lance build, I'm running Lonely Winter at the moment over Bone Chilling and Ray of Frost. I don't even use Ray of Frost. I don't really see a ton of potential for it in arenas. It's really easy to interrupt, and it would really screw you over because you can't juke it or anything like that, of course. And Bone Chilling I'll run sometimes if I'm going up against a melee heavy team where I need my pet to support. Glacial Insulation, I'll run that every once in a while when I feel like the team's going to deliver a lot of damage and basically focus me and their melee heavy over Shimmer. But Shimmer is 2 blinks, and every time I use Shimmer I get Prismatic Cloak, so that's 3 seconds of damage avoidance with the 2 charges, and I'll be able to CC and peel very easily. Mirror Image and Rune of Power, don't really typically run those. Rune of Power sometimes, but Incanter's Flow is just a lot easier to maintain. Ice Nova is great. It's an awesome damage boost. You know, when I open up with like Even Bolt followed by Flurry, maybe Ice Lance, Comet Storm, Ice Nova, it just blows people up. Frozen Touch increases your chance to generate Fingers of Frost charges by 40%. I was running this at the beginning, but it really doesn't seem to help me all that much. It doesn't seem to proc all that much more often. It's only 40% on top of the 12% that you're already running. So that's just around 17%. It's like 16.8%. And then Splitting Ice, that's a pretty decent talent to run. I run that sometimes, but against teams where I don't have to control a lot, so non-melee heavy teams, Splitting Ice is pretty decent, or a team where we want to do a split, and there's going to be a lot of cleave to where we could split off and make a quick rotation over to a player and give them. Frigid Winds, really awesome when stacked with Cone of Cold. It's 85% slow. It's saved me in tons of games. Ring of Frost is really easy to avoid, and Frigid Winds just, I don't know, it just seems to be the talent that I really like to use. Unstable Magic, Frostbolt has a 20% chance to explode on impact, dealing 50% additional damage to the target and all other enemies within 8 yards. Has the potential to break CC, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've been running that a little bit. Frostbomb's pretty decent, but it just doesn't really work for the rotation with RMP for me. And Unstable Magic really seems to add the damage boost that I'd like. And Arctic Gale I just don't typically run because I don't use Blizzard a ton, because that 0.5 seconds you get off of your Frozen Orb, to me, I mean, not as beneficial as the Unstable Magic. Comet Storm works really, really great as the into my rotation. You know, Even Bolt, Flurry.
True shot down.
When I throw down the Frozen Orb and I get my Fingers of Frost procs, I'm using those. Comet Storm, Ice Nova, it's a ton of damage. I could take someone easily from 100% to 20% in a really good opener, especially in 2v2.